Greetings, fellow action figure connoisseurs, and welcome to another episode of Digital Caveman Presents Marvel Monday. I, as always, am your host, the Digital Caveman, and today I will be presenting you with the Marvel Legends Series Cassie Lang Build-A-Figure Waves Egghead. Let's get into it! Let's start things off with a look at the packaging, and here on the top we've got Marvel Legends Series Build-A-Figure Cassie Lang assortment numbers, in case you need those. 4 and up! Some package damage from Ollie's. Marvel on the front, Marvel's Egghead, and then some comic artwork in the background of Egghead, and then there's a digital render of Egghead in his action figure form. Marvel, warning, don't stick things in your pie hole that do not belong there. Plastic-free packaging, except blue. Hasbro print on the bottom includes figure and 2 accessories. And in case you forgot from when we just talked about it, plastic-free packaging, except blue. And then, symbols I'm not going to learn. On this side, we've got Build-A-Figure Cassie Lang, and we've got the completed Build-A-Figure. We've got the list of who comes with what part according to which number. They have Egghead's number 4, so he comes with the chest piece. And then each sold separately, subject to availability. And on this side, we've got some more comic artwork of Egghead there. Marvel Legends Series. On the back, Marvel Legends Series, Marvel's Egghead. Comes with the Cassie Lang chest piece, Egghead, and his blaster. And all nice digital renders here. Warning, attention, Octoon, don't stick things in any language pie hole that do not belong there. Don't give it to babies. Recycle this. Attention, especially don't stick this stuff in your French pie hole. Marvel print, small fine legalese made in China print, a barcode, symbols I'm not going to learn, and Hasbro print. That, my friends, is a look at the packaging. Let's take a look at the figure and the accessories. And first up, we have the Cassie Lang Build-A-Figure piece. I'm not going to be finishing this off, so it does have some nice textured old details in it, like most of the MCU figures, and some nice paint apps on it. And I mean, overall, it's a nice little Build-A-Figure piece. Just not something I'm interested in completing because I really don't do a lot of the MCU stuff anymore. And other than Egghead and Crosshair, I think is his name. Those are the only 2 comic book characters in this wave, so I really have no desire to get the other figures just to complete the Build-A-Figure that is part of a line I don't really, or subline I don't really collect. So there's a look at that. Here we have Egghead's accessories and some handy dandy tweezers. And I believe we've seen this gun plenty of times before. And it kind of has the look of a medical device combined with a laser gun. In my opinion. Your mileage, of course, may vary. But it does have some nice molded details in it. And it's all molded in that kind of gunmetal color. Now let's take a look at Egghead himself. And for the most part, it's a guy in suit with a lab coat. And these arms, I'm pretty sure originated with the Reed Richards Fantastic Four retro carded figure, who you could swap out and you pull the arms off and put the lab coat on it and put the lab coat arms on it. And I'll have to say the head looks pretty pretty straightforward of an Egghead. And originally I didn't have much desire to pick this figure up, but then when I started reading a lot of Avengers books, you know, I didn't realize how much influence this guy had on Hank Pym's journey as Ant-Man, Giant Man, Goliath, and of course specifically Yellow Jacket. And if you haven't read it, I won't spoil it for you, but I will have to say it's a very nice rendition of the figure. I will say, you know, that maybe they messed up on the glasses there a little bit because it's got some lines running through it, so that throws it off a little bit. But for the rest of it, I mean, nice for the eyebrows, the eyes, and the teeth. And it looks like it's probably early inkjet going on with this figure. So, and then, you know, the rest of it's pretty basic. You know, you got the tie that's a separate part that's glued on, and then he's got a belt and a pair of slacks and some just regular shoes. And I mean, it does look like a scientist though, which is mostly, not always, but mostly the way that he is portrayed. So let's take a look at his articulation real quick. He doesn't really look up much. He doesn't really look down much because of the shape of the head. He's got a little bit of chicken neck. He's got a little bit of waggle. He can do the full Exorcist. 360 degree rotation at the arm, and it will, let's see how far I can get it to go up. I can get it to go up that far. So there's a cut at the upper bicep, 360 degrees of rotation there. Double hinged pinned elbow gives you that much bend. 360 degrees of rotation at the wrist on in and out hinge, and in and out hinge for the other side as well, even though that really sucks because it's a trigger finger hand. So then he's got the standard Marvel Legends ab hinge, and because of the lab coat, he can lean back that far, and he can lean forward that far. So that's pretty good. The tie doesn't really get in the way because it's only glued up here at the top. Now he's got a straight cut at the waist, and he gives you a 360 degree rotation there. He can kick forward approximately 90 degrees, back, we'll say about a half of his foot length. Then at the upper thigh, there's a cut, 360 degrees of rotation there. Double hinge pinless knee, and I hate it when they do that, pinned and pinless, but you know, these are previously made arms. So, but he gets that much bend out of the knee, which is, wow, that's really, really good. And then at the ankle, tilts down that far, tilts up that far, and forward facing pin for rocker. And I would say it probably wouldn't hurt him to do like some kind of paint app right here, because you can see how the ankle joint there is like really huge. So other than that, he doesn't really store his accessory. He just kind of has to hold it in his hand. I've got the drop on you now, Henry Pym. And there you have it, my friends. A look at the figure and his accessories. It's time for my favorite part of a review, comparisons. And here we have the Marvel Legends Series Cassie Lang Build-A-Figure Waves Egghead with the Target exclusive Marvel Legends Series retro carded Ant-Man, and the Amazon exclusive Marvel Legends Series Hank Pym from the West Coast Avengers 5-pack. For our last set of comparisons, here we have the Marvel Legends Series Cassie Lang Build-A-Figure Waves Egghead, with from the Marvel Legends series making his cameo appearance, Stan the Man Lee from G.I. Joe Classified series, the Hasbro Pulse exclusive Regal variant Cobra Commander from Star Wars The Black Series, the Archive Edition 501st Legion Clone Trooper, and for a 7-inch scale comparison from the Masters of the Universe Masterverse line, the 40th Anniversary He-Man. For final thoughts on the Marvel Legends Series Cassie Lang Build-A-Figure Waves Egghead, you know, I have to say, I didn't really realize how important that this character was to Hank Pym's development as a character until I read in some Volume 1 Avengers, especially during the times when Hank was Yellow Jacket. You know, Egghead basically tricked him and got him sent to prison. And, you know, that leads to some of his instabilities later on, if I'm putting it in the timeline correctly. I may not be. But, you know, it's an integral character for early, well, not real early, but at least, you know, 70s, maybe early 80s, late 70s, at least, you know, Avengers. He makes several appearances in the Defenders as well. And just generally a nasty, not nice guy. But, you know, if your head was shaped like an egg, you probably wouldn't be very nice either. Now, as far as the figure itself goes, I think this is a nice representation of it. They mismatched, you know, pinned elbows and pinless knees, and I don't like it when they do that, but I understand because the arms are reused from other places, as well as most of the body is reused. And so, you know, it's okay. The ankles are kind of cankles, and it's Egghead, so that's okay, because he was kind of a rotund fella, a little bit bigger than what they're depicting here in this figure. And I think they did a really, really good job on the head sculpt and deco for this one. Now, as far as his accessory goes, you know, that's pretty just a generic kind of evil scientist's gun, weapon, laser, whatever you want to call it. Almost looks like it's an injector as well. So, there's that. But, you know, overall, I like this guy. I think he's a good representation of the character, although he didn't always appear like this. Sometimes, especially in some of his appearances in Defenders, you know, he wore, you know, a supervillain type costume. But this guy's an evil scientist, so, you know, it makes sense that they would depict him in a lab coat and a suit and tie. Or shirt and tie, rather. So, I'm glad I picked this one up. Well, that does it for the review. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it. Only support from viewers like you make this programming possible. Each view does count, and I do appreciate each and every single view I receive. Thank you, and thank you so very, very much for supporting this channel through viewing. If you are interested in supporting my channel further, I'm now offering memberships at various tiers. Click the join button on my YouTube page, or check this video's description for the link and see if any membership offers are right for you, but only if you are in a position to do so. Comment below, like, share, subscribe if you would like to see more content or just help the channel grow, or both. That's even better. And don't forget to ding that bell so that in the future you will be notified as my new content becomes available. That's a wrap, folks. I'll see you next time.